It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Welcome to this neighborhood, neighbor.
All right, what's up, Amigo Like Geeks and Freaks? So today we have some very special things. So join me. Come on over, crack open your bum wine, get your insecurity up, and let's go open some toys. Inside joke for those of you who get it. All right, so what do we have today? Well, tell them what they have, Jim. Today we have some very special things. I have a package that I received from a fellow Amigo Like member. I have some very cool Big Jim stuff. I have some Fighting Fury stuff. And then I'm going to show you some... What else I want to show them, man? Do you remember what else I was going to show them? Did you forget? Got my daughter over here who's chilling. You want to come say hello? No, not really. She's full of Pokemon cards. Okay, so let's get to this. Actually, should we get to this? Let's get to this first. No, let's get to this second. Let's get to these first. So these I picked up. They finally arrived. I didn't want to go through the hassle of the post office store. We're not going to do that. As you can see, the Toy Room of Solitude is behind me. There's the entryway to the Palace of Toys, what I like to call heaven on earth, right there. All right, who's there? Open dem toys, you mook. It better be a toy you show. It will be a toy, Brian Sanchez. It vibrates. All right, so let me show you what I got. I got some pluses, and I got some minuses, and I got some really cool stuff. All right, so you can't have enough Fighting Furies in your life. That's pretty much what I got to say. You just can't have enough Fighting Furies. First, I'd like to present this Ziploc bag from the Netherlands, in case anybody collects them. All right, but seriously. So what I was able to get, although his shirt's off, because I was testing this, I was able to get this peg leg figure. He's a little loose. His mechanism is not working. It's the first one I've ever had with the mechanism working. And the reason the arm fell off is because I pulled it off trying to fix it. So I just want to give you guys it's kind of like how they attach. You can see it's kind of got that little peg in there. So you can actually put it back in. I actually put it back in, but I said, let me take it out so I can get it ready for the show. And then it just pops in. So you can kind of pull these apart, but his button's not working. That's okay. I don't really care. What I was interested in this figure is this cap that goes on his peg leg. This always seems to be, many times seems to be missing. So I'm very happy to have that. We'll probably move that over. He does have his outfit. I just happened to see if I could get the button working. Overall, he's okay shape. He's a little loose. That's all right. And then what also came in this package, which I was very excited to get, was this Ghost of Captain Kidd figure. Now, he is missing the foot, which is a shame, but he has his clothes. He's missing his hat and his sword. However, the glow on this guy, it's extremely strong. He's very clean. There's a little bit of a mark on his chin there, but he's very, very strong. I actually had him outside. I took him into my office because I picked it up from the post office on the way to get my daughter from work, and he has a very, very strong glow. So I'll show you guys what they look like when they're complete. These are just two examples that I have. And I'm going to say this first because I was not the expert in these. There's some really great stuff in the past. For those of you that are old school, OG gangster Mego collectors or toys back into the 90s, the late 90s, you may have seen a really great website back in the day when the Big Red Toy Box was auctioning and eBay was still just a baby. It was called Scott Rogers The Boneyard, and he had a fantastic website on Fighting Furies figures. They were all the pirates, but he had all kinds of pictures and information. It was really great. And I'm pretty sure if we looked in maybe one of those internet time machines, we might be able to find some of those. And I don't know whatever happened to Scott or his website, but it was great. That was back to my old days of having the the Mego Like website, or it was originally called the Collectible Action Figures Gallery. So these are just a couple examples. And I'm also going to say this is that thanks to Ray Castile, I give Ray a lot of credit. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be collecting a lot of the shit that I do, or maybe I'd be in a different series or a different way about my collecting. But there's different versions of the Ghost of Captain Kidd figure. There was the North American or American version, then there was the European version. And the big difference, after speaking with Ray, if I remember correctly, is some of the plastic. These Ghost of Captain Kidd figures have a tendency to get quite brittle. They crack around the neck, they crack around the feet. You can see they crack around the hinges. They also came in different versions where it was completely glow-in-the-dark figure like this. Everything was glow-in-the-dark. And then they have ones where they actually took what I believe is the end of the run. They took these leftover bodies, and if they didn't have enough glow-in-the-dark arms or legs, they just put regular ones, and then they just painted them with the paint. Because the way that these figures work is that they have these glow-in-the-dark bodies with white paint. So when you glow, even through the clothing, because this is kind of a sheer clothing, if you've never seen one before, it's kind of sheer. When they glow, they actually glow through their clothes, and they glow like it's a really good skeleton, if you will. So it's actually a very, very, honey, you got to get up and get that. I can't help you. So they glow really, really, really well. And give me a second, please. Amanda, what did I tell you about doing all this? Honey, you can't be doing all this.
Okay. Thank you.
Too many cards. Put them away before they all fall.
All right.
All right. She's obsessed with Pokemon cards. Autistic and obsessed.
That's my favorite thing to do.
I know you want to come say hello? Or you don't want to get out of your chair with all those cards on you? Okay. So this'll, I love these things. I never thought I owned one in the original Sears box, which was great. He was complete. He was new. And I actually found a website or two where they actually stole my original pictures from the Mego Like website, which I don't really care. The way I used to get pictures on those back in the day was you'd lay them on a flatbed scanner and scan them. And that's actually what pictures I got for the website, or people sent them in. But his glow mechanism is fantastic. The fact he has his shirt and his pants is a big plus. Usually the shirt's lost, sometimes the pants lost. The sword and the hat are almost always gone. But this is going to be number 16. I'm on my way to 20, trying to collect 20 of them. I have a couple that are in okay shape, but as long as they're mostly complete, or at least most of the body's complete, whether they have their full clothing set or accessories, I'm happy with them. Get them in a doll stand, and one of these days I'll take you into the Toy Room of Solitude, and we'll show you where they all sit on the shelf. All right, hang on a second. I got to see what the heck's going on here. We have super huge collection. It's not super huge. It's big. Johnny Shedrick's got a much bigger collection. So does Dan Samillo. So does Roberto Legatti, or Berto, as you guys know him as. TMI. Thank you, Sanchez. Tony May, the general, is here. Nice to see you again. Does he have the map? This one, I looked inside, Tony. I don't think he has I have a bunch of those maps because I pulled them out of figures. You know, the one thing we could show that I didn't see in there, and that's actually a really good thing to show. So inside this leg, for those of you who don't have fighting theories, you pull this out. It came with a rolled up paper map that would go inside here, right? And it's a cool little map. It's probably about maybe an inch and a half or 2 inches by inch and a half. You roll up inside. The thing is, once you put the map inside, I don't know how any kid was supposed to get that out. There's no way to get it out. I mean, it's like you got to go up there and pull it out with very careful, with like a toothpick or something very, very gently pry it down. The other thing is, I guess you could just rip the leg and try and go from the top, pull the hinge right out of the leg and break it to get it. So I do have a bunch of those maps, Tony. They even sold 1 or 2 sets actually had the maps in them laid out flat, and you could roll them up if you want. What is up, Maximus Overnightus? Maximus Overnightus. David Alexander, how many Captain Kids do you have now? That'll be 16. I'm trying to get at least 20. That's number 16. Yeah, I love them. She's obsessed with cards. Where could she have possibly gotten that from? You know, Tony, I never looked at it like that. The funny thing is, Amanda was little. She did not like Pokemon cards. From the time she was about 3 or 4, she obsessed over Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Same way she obsessed over Pokemons. And if I show you, all she does is take them and pile them on top, and she just looks at them. She just looks at them. She destroys them. She shoves them in the bag. She's like an old bag lady, right, Amanda? She doesn't take care of them. I bought her binders. I said, take care of them. One day you could sell them when you don't want them. So I let her do what she wants. Let's see. Toy hoarder. Toy hoarder, yes. Replying to Facebook user, when I see these collections, I feel better because it helps me believe I don't have a collecting problem. No, you don't have a collecting problem. Collecting or hobbies are things that we have for many reasons. One, maybe it's therapeutic. Two, I mean, you could be obsessive. I guess people get to be that way.
People could be obsessed with
They could be obsessed. Three, sometimes it helps us remember our past. And I think part of this is really tying yourself into the past. I mean, things have changed a lot, right? How many mom and pop toy shops are there anymore? There's really none around here anymore. Very, very few. Even comic shops are starting to kind of, not so many as they used to. Everything's online. I prefer to walk into a store, see it, and purchase it and take it home with me as opposed to mail and wait for it. Now, as not having that option, not being able to find some of these figures, not finding some of these figures, bring this down a little, some of these figures, in person, then online becomes a viable option for me. I like that. All right. So I thought I'd give you a little look at these Fighting Furies. And while we're doing this, what we're going to do is we're going to segue. That's right, segue. One of those machines that you have to balance on, right? We're going to segue into our next topic. Segue, it means to go into your next topic, kind of like blend it in, Amanda. Blend it in, okay? I hope I explained that to her properly. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you is, although I showed you these before, those are about an 8.5 inch figure, Fighting Furies. This is a European Big Jim Captain Drake, who was a pirate. Most of his tattoo is gone, unfortunately. He has like a ship on there. He is the European version of Zorak, and he's also the Mexican version of Zorak. And I believe, if I have this right, yeah. See, when you spin his arm, his face changes. Now, what I love about this one, I didn't bring the other Zorak out because I do have two of these. I show one with the face, one with the skull, and then I also have two Zoraks, one with the face, one with the green face. It kind of reminds me of the Hulk a little bit, but what I like about these better is these skull faces glow in the dark also. So Big Jims are basically a 9-inch toy, 9-inch action figure made by Mattel, almost like a Barbie of Mattel, Barbie of action figures. They've got so many accessories. Tons of them. And the American market, or North American market, was great. But I have to say, I really love the European market and beyond for these figures. And part of it is the lines that they did, and really just the characters and the accessories. The hard part is they're not here. You have to get them online or find somebody overseas to get them, which is actually where I got those Fighting Furies. Not to say you can't find them here, but they're harder to find here because they weren't made here. They made them overseas, but the pirate line was a European line. These guys they're really great. He's got his tall boots. He's got his, pirate pants, I guess you call them. Looks like his red belt things coming off. He has his flintlock pistol. Mm-hmm. He does not have a button in the back. There's no chopping action because we are a face changer. Okay. Like I said, I have another one over there. So while I'm talking about this, he comes with a flintlock pistol. You can see his sword is here. These were nice. These European ones, and I don't know if it's only European. Again, I have to talk to Sanchez and Gates about it. They had these hands. They're not Kung Fu grip hands like a G.I. Joe. They're kind of a softer plastic, but they are not Kung Fu grip. And these figures as well, they've got kind of the muscle thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but when you bend his arm up, pay careful attention, see if you can see it. Yes, he makes a muscle. There he goes. All right, so let me show you something cool, which I showed the other day because I got it, but I want to go into this a little more. This is the European pirate ship, if you will, or boat. There's a whole bunch of accessories on it. I showed the bunch of this to you guys. It's got the rudder, and there's a thing inside to keep all kinds of neat stuff in there. It even has a sextant in there. For those who don't know what it is and thinks it's a sex toy, well, you're dumb, but that's okay. You can go look up what a sextant is and see what it really is. But they did a really good job with these. It has some really cool stuff. There's little barrels. There's whatchamacallit. There's a telescope that pulls out and so on. But what's really neat about this whole thing on this pirate ship more than anything else is this cannon right here. So I didn't know this when I bought this, and I didn't have much information. Cannon moves. Now, the Fighting Furies version, this is a plastic cannon, okay, and it doesn't shoot anything. But the one for Big Jim, this cannon is actually metal. On the side, it's actually metal. And what's neat is when you pull the back, you'd put one of those little red caps in there that you have from a cap gun as a kid. You pull it back and you snap and it pops off a cap. Or bust a cap in your ass. But when I got this was kind of okay. I mean, you can feel there's a spring in there. Now remember, this is a 50-year-old toy. I just gave it the tiniest dab of WD-40. If you don't know what that is, just go to Home Depot and look it up. It's a spraying the shit in the blue can with the yellow highlights. And man, it hit it and boom, thing went instant like brand new. So I said, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's check out our Captain Flint. Now you have to be careful with WD-40 because it's not kind to some plastics. It actually can clean some shit up, but do not clean with it. Don't be an idiot and clean with it. It's only for lubricating. That's what she said. I beat you to it again, Sanchez. Okay. His arm, when I got him, I didn't know how this thing worked because this kind of moved, this little lever here to load, spring loaded. And I didn't know, I'm like, how do you put the cap in there? So the first thing I did was when I first got it, I went and looked at a YouTube video. And the idea is that all you have to do is turn the wrist and then out it comes. Now, this would not do that when I got it. Matter of fact, I showed this figure when I first got it. You see there's still a little WD-40 in there. And what would happen is, matter of fact, I'm going to go get a rag, but what would happen is, I put a little WD-40 and now it comes in and out, no problem. So you can open them up, you put the cap inside there, close his fist. Then I put a little bit in here so you could spring load it. Right, you see it works now. Bring it down. What's that, baby?
I have dessert later. Right?
Yeah, you can have dessert later. And then there you go. It loads here, then you do his karate chop and boom, off it would go. Okay, and that would actually do it. There's a little bit more in there than I thought. Let me get a rag because that's a little nasty. Right, Mander?
Mm-hmm. It's nasty. You do not want to touch that, guy.
Yeah. That's why you have to be careful with the amount of stuff you put in there because what you don't want is it getting on the clothes and staining the clothes or, messing it up. And obviously it was fine until I just fucked with it, releasing some of that. But it comes off and it cleans us. It actually cleans some of the dirt and shit off the figure. So the idea behind this figure is you pull out his hand, put in a cap, bring this back, hit the button in his back. He chops or shoots and it'll go bang. Right? Very, very, very cool. Okay. So I really love the Big Jim Pirates. I said they're European only. They're fantastic. They have great detail. This figure was absolutely a ripoff of Sandokan, which was an Italian TV show about basically a pirate. Many figures have been made of Sandokan, and that is his outfit. I mean, literally same colors and everything, striped shirt and all. All right, but that's a pretty big boat. You can see how large it is. It's very, very cool, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, effing awesome. Right, Amanda? Let's put this over here, Amanda. All right, let's get into some other stuff. Before I open the package from Russ Squatch Gold, I'm going to open up this.
Who's that
I think
from?
this is it. Yeah.
Who's that
This is from Marcus Clark. Marcus C. Clark. And the reason I want to open this is we're doing our little Big Jim tour here. As you see, we've gone from glow-in-the-dark Pirates or Fighting Furies, glow-in-the-dark Fighting Furies to glow-in-the-dark Big Jim to Big Jim all Pirates. And now we're going to move into another Big Jim line that is definitely not glow-in-the-dark tape, but it's Big Jim. I'll give you an idea in a second once we get this open. Okay. I don't know how this came packaged because I didn't open it yet. Looks like God, I hope this didn't break. The way this guy packaged it, he should never put it in this box. This box is too small. If it broke, somebody's probably going to get in trouble. What's that?
Why is it too small?
It's too small. Well, I guess he's all right. They did pack them pretty well. I hope it didn't get messed up. We'll find out. So, as like everything else that Danny Gates and Brian Sanchez and Dan Samillo and Rich Hurley and Martin Saar and Johnny Shedrick and David Gunn have, I had to have it too. Oh, by the way, I forgot to title this episode. This is called The Revenge on Hurley. And if he watches it or tunes in, he'll know why. This is The Revenge on Hurley. Now, Rich and I bust balls about, Yes, we bust balls about, that's a heavy-duty Ziploc bag, about getting Neptunians, who has more Neptunians, who has more Ghosts of Captain Kidd, that kind of stuff. All right, so I'm going to read some of the comments in a minute. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure he's okay. Yeah, he looks all right. All right, so what do we have here? With an extra shirt, I guess? Yeah, it comes with an extra jacket or shirt of some sort. I don't know what this is. This is actually Big Jim's Big Jack, and this is this is soccer uniform. As you can see, Big Jim's soccer uniform. Not Olympic, obviously. But Big Jack is a little bit expensive to get. He is the only black Big Jim, I believe, that they made. I think he's an awesome character. He's got his soccer cleats. He's got his socks, his shorts. Who wears shorts? Jacket, and there he is. It's a really good figure. And he also comes with the soccer ball. What I like about the soccer ball is they took the time to put the extra kind of stitching around there, and I thought that was pretty neat. So that's not as big as a ping pong ball. This guy's actually very wow. Surprisingly, he's very, very tight. In other words, I don't think he was played with too much. That's what she said. Gotcha again, Sanchez. God damn, that boy's good. All right, so there he is, Big Jack. He'll be going on the Big Jim shelf. Get him over there. I'm not sure what this extra shirt is. Sanchez, maybe you can help me identify it. Or Gates. It's just red. I don't know if it's a jacket. Is it even Big Jim? I think so. All right, but Big Jim, let's just say Big Jim got it going on, right, Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me do some comments before I go to the next thing.
Like, can we stay at home then? You have to go down to.
Oh, Amanda. God, sometimes I just want to brain her. Okay, let me see. Let's see. It's a form of therapy. If it is a form of therapy, then I need to speak to a trustee in bankruptcy as soon as my therapy is very pricey. So that's a good point. Have you seen the Neck of the Fog figures? They were pretty cool. Tony, I saw them briefly somewhere online, and I think they looked great. I think they looked really great. Charlie Sexton is a blues man from Texas. Charlie Sexton is a blues man from Texas. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That's a good song, Tony. I recently learned there is actually a WD-50. What? Come on. So the story about WD-40 is that my father always said, keep it in the house. So I have a couple cans in one garage, couple cans in another, couple in the house. WD-40 is a fix it for everything. You got a stuck lock on your door, shoot a little WD-40. It is instant fix. It doesn't you don't have to wait 10 minutes. You don't have to wait. Instantly fixes. It's unbelievable. Cat frying figure, that's awesome. Yes, Custom God, that is correct. It is awesome. It's really awesome. Not only is the figure, I don't know if you saw this, but not only does the figure fire a cap, but the metal cannon on the front of this plastic boat, also you put a cap inside and it fires a cap. So these pirates are wicked, wicked cool. I mean, they are what I like to call the dealio. Right, Amanda?
Ooh, dealio.
The dealio. What the dealio? All right, so let's move Big Jeff over there. I'm sorry, Big Jack over there. Big Jim, Big Jack, Big Jeff, Big Josh.
Big everybody.
Big everybody. There we go. All right, my next package I'm going to open is from Mr. Rusquatch Gold. And I got to go find the figures because they're over there somewhere. I forgot to grab them before I started. But I put a little post and I pulled a little Joe Megan. I said, please, can somebody help me? Please, please, please. And begging. And Rusquatch stepped up and said, hey, man, I got some stuff for you. I got some parts you might like. And I said, great. And I don't like taking shit for free from anybody. Matter of fact, I don't like taking shit from anybody at all. Or will I take shit? But at the same time, I don't like taking it for free when somebody's kind. So I'm like, what can I give you? So he graciously accepted a Mego Freddy Krueger figure signed by Rachel Baker, which is in the box. And it's on his way to him. So let's see. Ooh. A little something, something extra here, shall we? How do you like that? Oh, wow. How about that? Okay, that's badass. So Russ was telling me he has access to Hot Wheels figures. I'm not going to say how, so I leave that up to him. But that is a very cool Batmobile. Batman, the animated series, in a very flashy purple, if you will. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, snap. Look at that. And there is, I love these, what do they call it, like tuners? classic TV series Batmobile, the little squish down ones. They're really cool. I think Hot Wheels did a great job. You know, when I was a kid, everything was Matchbox cars and Corgi Juniors. As I lived overseas, came back to the U.S., and it looks like Hot Wheels, when they took over Matchbox, they kind of led the way now. And incidentally, Fighting Furies were made by Matchbox. So Leslie Products did Matchbox. Leslie Products did the Matchbox Fighting Furies. Matter of fact, they had several offices in New Jersey. One was in, what the fuck's it called? Moonachie, up north. And another one, I think, was near Clark. I forget. But yeah, very, very, very cool. And this guy, yes, this is Merman from He-Man. Merman, do you see Merman?
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Amanda likes it too. Merman from He-Man. These little figures are really cool. They actually, they did some really cool shit with some of the stuff. And then I get to the meat of it, which was, oh wow, Jesus, he wasn't kidding. Okay, so I have 12-inch Kenner Star Wars Leia that Bucket sent me, along with the MC Hammer figure. And then I got a nude Luke Skywalker, which I think came from Brian Sanchez, if I remember correctly. And the Leia figure is in somebody's clothes. I'm not sure whose clothes are in. But there we go. There's Leia's. There's her. Wow. There's her dress, if you will. And this is oh wow. I didn't know this was okay. This looks like a Luke jacket. I didn't know that was coming. Are these Luke pants? I guess these are Luke pants. I don't know these figures well enough. I haven't collected them long enough. Okay. Are these Luke boots? I guess those are Luke boots. And I guess these are these socks. Thinking maybe these are socks. Maybe these are socks. Wow. Okay. I did not realize. I thought it was just coming as the Leia dress, if I remember correctly. Fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow. Very, very kind. I know the figures over there. I will get them dressed, and they're going to have to go on display. I don't know where we're going to put them yet. We're going to find out. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Speaking of rabbit holes, Thomas Sawyer's live videos in the rabbit hole, down the rabbit hole, into the rabbit hole, are very excellent as well. But don't watch Dr. Durant's Sanctum, starring Rich Hurley. Don't ever watch his videos. You don't want to see them. You're going to be really, really upset if you watch them. I'm telling you, don't watch them. Don't go see Dr. Durant's videos. Don't subscribe to Dr. Durant's channel. You don't want to subscribe. You don't want to like his videos. You don't want to subscribe. You don't want to like his videos. Don't watch him. Don't watch him. Dr. Durant. Dr. Durant's Sanctums. Say Rich Hurley, Amanda. Say Dr. Durant's Sanctum. Right? Don't go there. Whatever you do, don't go there. Don't go there. I'm telling you, you're not allowed to go there. Don't go there. Just kidding. You should go see his videos. They're really good. Who else got some good videos? We got David Eon's Open by Chance, Vintage Toys, Johnny Shedrick's MIB Master Toy Museum. I know everybody has to know Johnny, and everybody must have seen his videos, but you haven't. You need to check them out. You really do. It blows me away. Somebody can have all that stuff and never open it. There's a whole bunch of good videos and stuff. Maximus does some really great live streams on Facebook. And I have to keep saying this. Max, I don't do that. I never did that. We'll see. And Max is like a pro at it. Max should be giving classes on it. He does a really good job. All right. The last thing I'm going to show you, because I think that's what I have for today. Last thing we're going to show you, and I'm going to offer it up, as I went to the movie theater the other day. And went to the movie theater the other day. And I bought the very last two Flash from AMC Theaters. I bought the last of the Flash buckets. Now, this is not pulled. There's a plastic to pull, and then the bucket lights up. And then the red is kind of the harder plastic, and the yellow that you see is kind of the see-through, and it lights up, and it's a really cool collector's piece. So if anybody wants one and doesn't have one, just reach out to me. You can pay exactly what I paid for it. I'm going to tell you what it costs, though. They were $30. Okay, just so you know, they're like $29.99, but they came with popcorn and soda. I'm not giving you popcorn. I'm not giving you soda, but you will get the bucket, and you do have to pay for shipping. Matter of fact, I just shipped one to Max. It cost $12 to get it to Max. Okay, so, but I'm not going to sell this until I make sure Max gets his in good shape, because I want to make sure he gets it, because Max was really excited to get one, and so I found them. You can even see the little light system inside the LED. So after Max gets his, which should be a couple of days, if anybody's interested, just reach out to me and we'll figure something out. Okay, just thought you guys if anybody was interested. I saw them. I said, maybe there's some guys in the group that might want one, and we'll pick them up and we'll keep it well wrapped. If not, and nobody wants it, it's going right back in there with the rest of the stuff. Right, Amanda? So what do you have to say, Amanda? You want to come say hi to everyone? No? Not interested? You sure? Okay. Well, with that being said, let me see. Did I miss anybody's stuff? I recently learned this. Somebody tell me I got to go look what WD-50 is. I really have to see that.
What's WD?
Cap in that ass. That's exactly what Tony May. Remember penny racers? Oh, yes. Penny racers were the bomb. We were so poor when I was a kid after my parents got divorced. I was like 7th grade, so that's 12. We were so fucking poor, man. Like, seriously. I begged my mom to get this magazine. It was Polyhedron magazine. It had something to do with Dungeons and Dragons, and it was $9 a year for I think it was 12 copies. Maybe it was 6. I don't remember. But it was $9, and that was like a stretch. I went out and got one of those really bad paper routes where you give the free newspapers. They would drop like 1,000,000 of them. You sit there for hours folding them, bagging them, and you throw them. People throw them back at you because they didn't want them because they were just junk. But yeah, that's basically where I made the money for that. But I do remember having a couple of penny racers, and I think I'd save some money to get them. And they were cool. We put a little penny in the back, and they did wheelies, and they were pullback toys. Those are great, Tony. Jesus, you just gave me another rabbit hole we could go look for. Oh, Tony May. Why did you say it? Because Tony just put me into another rabbit hole. Oh, yeah, that does look like a penny racer, though. So, anyway, so I hope you guys are having a really great day. Is it Monday, Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
No, Tuesday of camp.
Oh, my God. It's only Monday. There's so much to do.
Thursday.
So I got to go get some work done. Got to run my ass over to Dollar Tree. I got to pick up something for Amanda, right? I'll go without you. You don't have to go. And on that, hope everybody's having a great evening. So let's say goodnight. What, honey? What do you need?
I was going to ask, could you get me the ice cream at Dollar Tree?
Ice cream at Dollar Tree? What's wrong with you, Amanda? Are you kidding me?
No.
You crazy. All right. Let's say peace, bitches, and get out of here, okay? Here it comes the music.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Welcome to this neighborhood, neighbor.